Hey everybody, Tuesday Night Live. I'm by myself here tonight, trying to get situated, um, and waiting on my good friends, my fellow turkey hunters, my followers of Eastern Outdoors Media, our community of friends and family who enjoy the outdoors to get on here and join me. Michael Collins will be here eventually, but right now it's just me. Scott Butler says, "What's up?" First comment of the day from my good old buddy Scott. I tell you what, Josh Jenkins is here. I'm trying to watch my phone to see who is actually signing in. Jimmy Carroll says, "Hello, John. Hello, Jimmy. How are you, my friend?" What a great weekend we had. And my volume is off. Can you guys hear me? You guys hear me okay here? Give me a thumbs up or something if you hear me. Bub says, "Long time no see." James Evans says, "Yo, yo, yo." Um, James is rapping here tonight. Hip hop James. PK, what's going on, John Step? PK, I want to talk about you, my friend. We were let down. We had a tremendous letdown at Turkey Camp. Um, and we're going to talk about it tonight. I'm sorely disappointed. But you know what? My good buddy Bub Tackett was there, and we had a blast. His son killed a turkey. You can see in his profile picture right there. And he fed us well. Bub fed us well with deer steaks and turkey, and that may have been it, but it was good. It was good. James said he got ate up, son. He got ate up with seed ticks this past weekend. No turkeys this way either. Now we had turkeys, man. I tell you, when Mike gets on here, Mike and I are going to talk about. We had a turkey. Mike was calling it in. I had my gun ready, 38 yards. I passed up the shot. Mike thinks it was the right thing to do. I think it was a sissy move, but we're going to talk about it when he gets on here. He's running a little behind because his boy has a ball game. But how did you guys do? Did anybody in here actually kill a turkey? Should have shot. You're right, Bubba. I should have shot. Did anybody in here actually kill a turkey this weekend or today or yesterday? It's been a good harvest so far. A lot of public land turkeys killed. A lot of, you know, turkeys killed by private landowners. Scott Brother said, "Man, we heard and saw the times today. One guy at WMA Flat walked between us and a big time." Scott was calling so well that he didn't just call the turkey the gobblers. He called the human turkeys. Some big turkey walked right out there. Luckily, that guy did not get shot. Thank goodness. But man, you got to be careful. Stephen Goebel is here. He killed a turkey. You know where he did not kill a turkey? He did not kill a turkey at our turkey camp that he signed up for. But he did kill a turkey. He's like, "Oh man, I can't make it. I've got work." He sent me a little picture of him at his desk and whatnot, doing some paperwork. I don't know. And I'm like, "Man, Steven's gonna have to work. He didn't even get to hunt opening weekend." Boom, 9 a.m. He's got a turkey on the ground. I look like a fool. So PK's going to Fort Knox in the morning. PK, I hear that it's going pretty well over there. Jimmy didn't hunt this weekend. Let's see. But a family member bagged a nice turkey. I saw that. Jimmy sent us a picture. Family member bagged a nice turkey. PK says him and Stephen Goebel couldn't make it. And you know what? You and Stephen Goebel lost your invitation to the next one, PK. We're having a private camp next time, and it's your invitation was lost in the mail, my friend. Lost in the mail. Jeremy Davidson says he was at killed some wild turkey at dinner at the NRA convention. You know what I posted about I commented on something wild turkey, talking about like a wild turkey in the wild, like a game turkey, and it auto corrected me to the capitalized wild turkey. So obviously very popular. Jeremy, I hope you didn't have too much wild turkey. I couldn't get away. Steven couldn't get away for the whole weekend, but he did want to come. Well, that's sweet. That's sweet, Steven. Colton Tackett. Now, here is the turkey slayer. Colton Tackett, 12 years old, and I think 11 years old. From Wheelwright, Kentucky, where his dad is the commissioner, the city commissioner. Very important people, VIP at our camp. He said, whenever we killed mine, my dad caught up too. I killed mine and he missed his. Threw him under the bus right there. His dad caught in two. Here's what really happened. His dad caught in two. He shot his. His dad was so excited. Instead of killing the other turkey, he ran up to the one that was already dead. The other turkey took off flying. Bub tried to shoot it and missed. He was overwhelmed with joy from his boy there killing turkey. Colton, excellent kid, excellent hunter. Poor choice of music. So, what's that? Colton, if you want more followers on TikTok, man, you need to put your handle in here in the comments so people can come. Unless you're embarrassed of showing your haircut off, it's mostly motorcycles and haircuts. If you go to Colton's 11-year-old TikTok, but he was proud of it. Steven says, I guess we're out, PK. Miss one camp, you're out. I'm just hurt, Steven. You know, hurt people. And, you know, that's what they say. And I just want to hurt you by not inviting you to the next camp because we had this, you know, Mike even bought a special TP tent. You can check that out in our post. And Bub and Mike brought all kinds of deer steak and boxes of Grippos, and Caleb brought the Keystone Light. Ugh, poor choice. And not Bud Light. I tell you that much. Some of you, I thought that was funny. I said we're eating deer steaks, Grippos, but we're not drinking Bud Light. I thought it was funny. Maybe you didn't. Scott Butler says, from about 10 to 1 coming home, we saw several lone toms on fields and belly crawled. Scott, do you really think we believe you belly crawled? Now, come on. It sounded great, Scott, until you said that. Anyway, belly crawled almost to within range, but guess my head was bigger than the decoy. Scott, I think it's where your belly is big and you were just kind of crawling like this, like your back and your butt was just up in the air because your belly is down there. PK says, John, a question to ask the hardcore turkey fellers tonight. What would you do when going in blind on a new area? Like terrain-wise, what time to go in and all that shebang. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not a hardcore turkey fella, PK. I am not a very good turkey hunter. I'll just tell you. But in my experience, being with other good turkey hunters, in that scenario, we listen and we go. It was more like doing the belly rock. That sounds about right, Scott. So, PK, we listen. We get in there early. We try to listen for them on the roost, get in close, sneak in very close, wait on them to fly down, set up, call them in. If we don't get in there that early, then we listen and we go. And sometimes it works and sometimes we bust them out. Mike and I went on Saturday. Mike, we'll talk about when he gets here because he took us like, oh, Lord, on a voyage. He's like, hey, man, I heard birds over here. That's where we're going the next day. That's where we're going tomorrow. I said, Mike, are you looking at that map? I don't know. Mike says his team, his son's team just lost the lead. They're in the bottom of the 6th. Hopefully they're playing 6 innings. But I told Mike, I said, man, listen, I've been on a lot of public land, and I fish in areas like this. We were right at Cave Run Lake. This terrain is straight up and down. You can see it on the map. He's like, well, that's where I heard birds, man. Dude, we were zigzagging all over that ridge, and it was straight up and down in some areas. But we did finally get to a place we saw a bird roosted, and he flew down. We gave him time. We called. We waited probably 90 minutes. We pushed further. We bumped him, and Mike was very upset about that. I think it happens. He was very upset. So here's what PK – now listen, guys. PK asked this question. You don't have to be a hardcore hunter. Looks like Bub is the only one that's answered him. Bub says, get to the highest point early, listen, use the hoot tube maybe. But, guys, let's give PK some advice here. He says, I keep hitting my computer. If you're going to a new place, you've never been there before, new type of terrain, what do you do? What's your strategy? Let him know. Scott said, us fat boys learn to read maps quick. Scott, I try to tell him. Like, dude, that is straight up and down. Like, we're going to have mountain climbing gear. And, but he did. But to Mike's credit, he did get us very close to a turkey. And he got us very close to a turkey on Sunday, and I blew it. I should have shot. He's going to tell you I made the right choice. He's wrong. I should have shot, and I didn't. There he is. Sorry, guys. I'm still at Caleb's doubleheader. We're going to have to tell Caleb to either throw more strikes, right, to win the game, or throw the game. Pull a Pete Rose. Colton says, I've been trying to learn mouth call. Keep trying, Colton. I can't learn one either, buddy. I can't learn one either. Did you guys see? I got a question. Did you guys see the post that we made of the kid? Now, Colton, you're on here. This is you should be very proud of that turkey, Colton. But did you see this 7-year-old kid? Let me show you right here. Did you see this 7-year-old kid? Did y'all see this right here? Look at that. That's in Missouri. 7-year-old Chasen Emmons. I may have spelled that wrong. 7-year-old Chasen out of Missouri killed this all-white turkey. Look at that big old paintbrush of a beard down there. He killed that all-white turkey. This is an officer from Missouri who they have confirmed it was a wild turkey. That's exactly Jeremy, where my autocorrect happened. But it was a wild turkey, all white. And I'm going to tell you the favorite part I like about this. The turkey is awesome, right? The turkey is fantastic. The smile, he's missing his front teeth. He's got his bangs, his Philip Culpepper bangs. Y'all get that reference? This guy's got his Philip Culpepper bangs hanging down under his hat. But I really love the blue Adidas. Look at that. You guys out here buying $200 pair of muck boots. This guy killed a turkey better than anything you're ever going to kill in blue and green Adidas. Look at that. What a guy. The Philip Culpepper bangs really, I thought that was really funny. I hope you guys did too. But look at that. That's a really cool post, man. I thought that was cool. I've never seen anything like that. A lot of people said, it's domesticated, but they confirmed that it is not. It is a wild turkey. What do you guys think about that? Colton says it's a nice one. It is, Colton. It really is. And then my good buddy Michael. Oh, Lord, I'm going the wrong direction here. My good buddy Mike. I don't think we posted his pictures. We also had a turkey killed in Tennessee by one of our own. Trapper Tom killed one. A good little Tennessee bird. The white wild bird. There you go, Jimmy. That's what it is. PK has another question. PK's here to learn tonight, fellas. Let's help him out. Like I said, I'm not the guy to teach him, but I know we got some hardcore turkey hunters and killers in here. PK says, are y'all set up more on top or set up finger ridges or down on the flat bottom by some creek? So, PK, let me tell you what we did. We drove around a lot. We were on public land. We were Daniel Boone National Forest. I think the part of it we were on was 17,000 acres. That's a big piece of public land. And it was windy, so we thought, well, maybe we should be in the bottoms. But we needed good access because some of the terrain, you just can't climb a rock. You just can't climb a 25-foot rock that's straight up and down that has a facing on it. You just can't do it. So we needed good access. And so what me and Mike did was we found pull-offs on the map that took us to ridge tops. And we would listen. Now, it just so happened on the last hunt Sunday that we were walking a ridge top and Mike stops and he says, look at that. And there was a private field that had maybe 9 turkeys on there with a big time strutter. I mean, he was puffed up. He was strutting his stuff. He was a big old Tom. And we were like, okay, we're about 100 yards away. Let's try to pull this guy over to us. But what happened, PK, was just like you said, we were on a ridge that had a lot of the road was kind of on the main ridge. And so we were on kind of one of those finger ridges that had several hollers and drains and draws, whatever you want to call them. Several of that. So it's several ridges, several draws, and we set up. We set up a hen decoy. We set up against a tree. We kind of put some cover in front of us. I had a Nukem blind that I had forgotten in the truck because we had packed up that day. So we put some cover around us. And here's what happened. Those hens started coming in as we were calling. And we were waiting on that turkey, that Tom from the private field to come over to us. But straight up that draw, man, came a turkey. And he just came in ready to go. And I saw him, and Mike's like, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. And I'm like, this guy gets next to decoy, he's done. And I have my gun up, and I'm ready. He's like, don't shoot. So this guy's coming in behind some trees, and all of a sudden he just stops, and he starts looking around, like a maniac. And what happens, he saw that decoy, and he turned around and got out of there. So when he turned around, though, he turned around slowly, and he started moving slowly away. And I thought maybe he's going to come back. So I held my gun on him. Maybe he's going to come back. Maybe he's going to come back. I have a tight window. And then he just takes off sprinting down the hill. That decoy freaked him out. And so I kind of went too far there, PK. But yes, we set up on a ridge. There were several ridges there, several draws, several bowls, as you might want to call it. And this guy came in silent. This turkey came in silent. We had no idea until he showed up. And I am hurting. Nah, I'm over it. But I was kicking myself for not shooting. It looks like we have a visitor here. His head will barely fit in the screen, so let's get him on real quick. Joshua, hey, listen, let me talk to you guys. PK, Steven, we've had 3 camps, 2 deer camps, 1 turkey camp. There's only 2 people that have been to all 3. That is me, and I won't miss unless it's an emergency, and my good buddy Caleb Hatmaker, who is probably not on here tonight, but he always watches the replay. Those are the 2 guys that have been to all 3 camps. Now, Steven's been to 2. Got to give it to him. He's second in the clubhouse. PK's been to the first one, and he cooked. But, guys, how can I expect Steven and PK to come to camp when my own brother won't come to camp? How can I expect guys that I love and are friends with to come to camp, but my own brother won't come to camp? Someone that's related. We share the same DNA, the same blood, and he won't even come to camp. And, guys, he told me, you can go back and watch it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come to camp because we got to take this equipment to Lexington, and then I'm going to Mom's next weekend. Guys, neither of those things happened. They did not take the equipment to Lexington. He's going to my mom's the following weekend.
It is the following weekend. But I don't owe you an explanation, and I'm not
finished. He said, "Oh, sorry, I got my weeks mixed up." No, it's very clear that he's not talked about it in weeks. He was not coming. Bub said he's going to be there for deer camp. Colton said he's coming. I don't know who else I can trust because he knows how loud you snore, John. He knew that before, Scott. He knew that before.
Well, listen, I'm just wondering, guys, are we here to talk about turkeys?
Guys, we're here to talk
about how upset John is that I didn't come to turkey camp. Honestly,
you didn't come to what camp? You didn't come to what camp?
Turkey camp.
Exactly. We are talking about turkeys. You're the biggest turkey of them all.
Yeah, well, I've got a few under my belt, so
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
You called that one, John. See? Bub knows I called it. I said he ain't coming.
Wait.
I told him he ain't coming. Bub, just tell him how they missed out. We had 5 people there. We had 15 sign up. We had 5 there. Scott, I'm not butthurt. My butt's fine. I just feel like we planned this. We put effort into it. We schedule it. We say, well, where should we meet? Where should we do this? We make posts about it. And then people sign up and don't show up. Come on, man. Your own brother don't show up? Come on. Bub said we had a ball. We did have a ball.
I know, Bub, I love you, man. He's tooting your horn right now. But how many camps has he came to?
Bub works 14 days on, 14 off. I told him, Bub, deer camp, I'll make sure we have it when you're off work. So that's why. And let me tell you something about Bub. He went out and bought him a tethered saddle, platform, and Skeletors today. Can we just
heck yeah?
This man right here.
You're gonna love it, dude. You're gonna love it. It's a game changer.
Someone is feeling sorry for you. He's here now, John, to help you out since Mike's not here. I didn't ask him to come on.
No, but I did decide to come on. I'm actually busy tonight as well. But I seen Mike wasn't on. He did text say he was. I think he said they was like going into the bottom of the 5th or the 6th inning or something. I thought, I'll jump on for a few minutes. So, but yeah, it sounds like you all did not just who was there and at camp and everything, but it does sound like you and Mike had a pretty good time and really kind of went at it maybe a little bit in the woods.
Mike and I argued the whole weekend. We argued the whole weekend. Hey guys, is Josh abnormally loud to you guys, or maybe my volume's up? Oh, my volume's up on 100. Okay,
I am loud anyways. So
you are, but Scott Butler said, "Now I owe Josh $20. I bet him he couldn't make you cry." Oh, now he can't make me cry. I mean, if you start talking about my girls or something, or
there's two people I could talk about to make him cry, and that's his mama, and that's his dad. Those two I could make.
Oh, well, my girls.
And your girls.
My mama, my dad, and my girls.
I would never say anything bad about Ellis or Nora. I could never.
Just mentioning those got me a little emotional, so let's keep on moving. Bub said, had campfire talk, and I heard a good story on how John outfished you all the time, Josh.
Listen. You know what? I'm not even going to defend myself. Go watch our videos. Go look at the photos. The proof's in the pudding, guys. Joe, I've caught more fish this year than you have in 2 years.
We're talking about head to head.
One trip.
I've had a crazy life for 2 years, so shut up.
Well, all of us have.
Mike says we lost. Gonna take me a while to get over that one. Hate losing with a passion. Mike, I thought Caleb was playing, not you. What in the world?
Mike did bring a box.
Kinley Zoe says, good evening, guys. Good evening, Kinley. Mike is not here. PK says, did Mike bring a box of Grippos? He did, PK. And you know what? It's one of the best decisions he's ever made. Those Grippos in a box are great. I
was going to send a text about it the other day. But, I remember when I was little, Dad made some chili. And I remember watching you put the box of Grippos, those Grippos in chili. And eating it. And then I was like, actually, I remember like putting them in my chili. Man, it's so good. So good.
Putting Grippos in chili instead of crackers. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I agree.
That's what do we say then? That's the move. That's the move.
That's the move.
Yeah.
When are you headed back?
Yeah, it was very fun. It was a very fun weekend. Mike and I did argue, but it was all love. It wasn't like we were angry. We just argue because, Mike approaches everything like a dad, even though I'm a few months older than him. Ooh, Grippos dipped in sour cream. You know what? Might try it. Grippos on ham or bologna sandwiches or fire. Oh, gosh, Scott, you're not telling us a thing we don't know, bro. But, I was sitting there at the tree and I was like, I should have shot. And Mike was like, no, he had his hand up. No, he shouldn't. He tapped me on the shoulder, put his hand on my shoulder. No. You did the right thing. I said, Mike, I did not. If this was private land, yes, I could have shot and missed. I may have missed, but I didn't. I'm on public. I'm not hunting that area the rest of the year. I may go back next year. I may never hunt that area again. I don't know that exact spot.
Yep.
I should have shot. I should have given myself a chance. It was not a thing where maybe I would have wounded the bird. He was either gone, either he was dead or he was gone. Yep. 38 yards, top window. Yeah, you may have had a little sapling here, there. I don't know. But it just takes one. It just takes one in the brain.
I'm with you. I would have shot.
Gosh, I'm mad still.
I would have shot 100%. Yeah. But I'm risky too. I'll take a risky shot sometimes.
I don't care.
Especially on a turkey. Now, if it's a deer, if it ain't a good shot, I'm not going to take it. But
exactly.
If I can see the head of that turkey, I'm taking that shot.
Dude, I can see the head, the beard, chest, legs. Yep. Jimmy Carroll says, couple weeks we were going to put out our protein blocks, the salt blocks, and put out 8 cellular trail cameras, and 6, I can't read, 6 non-cellular, and then start making plans to move and set up tree stands and placement for ground blinds. Jimmy, man, I can't wait. Deer hunting is fun. Preparing for deer hunting is even more fun. Colton says, still should have shot so we'd have more turkey to eat. Colton, I was taking that turkey home, brother. You was already out of there. You was already gone back to Wheelwright, brother. Hey, Josh, I think I might be picking up that 19-foot Phoenix tomorrow. Josh is so jealous now, Scott.
Oh, me and him have been talking about this for a while now. And, dude, hey, when you get it, hit me up. I'll meet you anywhere, man, and we can go fish. SWO, we burned them up about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
WO burned them up again today. He killed his turkey yesterday, I think, and then went out on
I think he killed that turkey Sunday, maybe.
It could have been. And then he sent me some pictures, and, man,
what a guy.
Burned them up, man. So,
all right, we're going to save that for Thursday. Scott, come on the show Thursday. Make sure you're on there. Bradley Roy, Kentuckian. Bradley Roy, he's going to preview the tournament they have coming up. He won $100,000 at that lake last year, so be sure to check it out. Good question from Landon Isaac from YouTube. He says, thoughts on hunting turkeys in West Virginia. Landon, West Virginia, very similar to Eastern Kentucky. And when we're in the mountains in Eastern Kentucky, we run and gun. We go to a high point, we listen, and we go after it. That's it. That's what we do, right, Josh?
Every time. I think you were talking earlier about somebody wearing muck boots, and you said that he wasn't wearing. He was wearing something specifically.
The 7-year-old that killed that all white turkey was wearing blue and green Adidas.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say a while ago, when I first started deer hunting, I was in Eastern Kentucky in the mountains. It was rifle season, and it was pouring the snow. It's my first ever deer season, ever.
Mm-hmm.
And DJ's like, hey, man, do you want to go hunt? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And, dude, I show up in camo, like super thin. I don't know what I'm doing. I should have wore warmer clothes. And I went in my dad's white Reebok shoes, climbing mountains in the snow. It was miserable. It was the most miserable day ever.
Well, at least your shoes were camouflage.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good way to look at it. Didn't see it.
So, Michael says West Virginia is a state that you can only hunt to 12 or 1, ain't it? You know what? I don't know. Let me see here. You may know that. I don't see that.
I don't know. Let me look.
I don't see it anywhere. I'm looking.
I know some states you can't hunt on Sunday, but I've never heard of only 12 to 1.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of states that they close down turkey hunting at like 1 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah. This says shooting hours, half hour before the sunrise to half hour before sunset. Oh, that was fall. Change it. No. I'm wrong. Don't do that, Landon. Shooting out, that was for fall. Shooting hours, half hour before sunrise to 1 p.m. So,
wow.
Michael, you are right. You can only hunt turkeys in West Virginia till 1 p.m. So,
wow.
Justin Isaac said, text the feller back. Justin, did you text me? Oh, Bub. I will after the show. They have a little bromance going on. Bub and Justin, a little bromance. What type of TSS y'all using or ammo? PK, I have Apex. Love it. Very accurate. Lots of beads inside the 10-inch circle. Lots of beads in a turkey's head. I only know that from a practice, though, because I didn't shoot the turkey because I was a sissy. Cole says it is. Talking about West Virginia, same as New York. We can only go till noon. Federal number 9 TSS for Bub. Fort Knox also shuts down at 1. Scott says that's all we had was tennis shoes and bread sacks to wear when I was young. Only coat I had was my dad's old army jacket. That's why Scott's so tough. That's why he's so tough. Yep. So here's the comment that I can't wait to get to. Because Jimmy Carroll's one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. And he says, I have a bone to pick with Mike Collins if and when he joins the conversation. Jimmy, we're staying on here for this comment. I'm staying on this. This live is going to continue until Mike Collins gets his rear end in here because I have to know what's going on. What do you think it is, Josh?
I don't know, but I like confrontation. I was literally talking at work
Oh,
yesterday.
we love it.
I love it
We
because
love it. It's friendly confrontation.
yeah,
It's not like we're going to hate each other. We love it.
Yeah, yesterday at work. I mean, I've been pretty bored at work lately because I'm getting out of the army, so I'm kind of relaxed a little bit, used more than normal, and so I've just been bored. Somebody came in. I mean, from like 1 to 11, they were through the roof, mad. Nobody was there, so I had to be in charge of everything. And then another thing had to happen, and I was like, I looked at all the dudes, and I was like, it's kind of stuff I like. I like it to be heated up and ready to go, man. I love this crap, so I'm excited. Let's see what happens.
When I was a football coach, we had a new coach come in, and I was like the most experienced coach, assistant coach, and he was real nice, and I was kind of helping him out, and he was just too buddy with everyone, and I would always purposefully make tense and uncomfortable situations. And he's like, man, you got to take it a little easier on some of these guys. And I said, Coach, you have to keep some tension.
Yeah.
Like if you don't keep some tension, no one's going to follow instructions. No one's going to follow through. You got to keep a little tension.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like it.
I do too.
What is that? DD-214.
DD-214. That is the document you get when you get out of the Army. It's the last thing the Army gives you, and it tells you what kind of discharge you have. It literally sets you up for your next job. You have to have that. Have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. PK knew what that was.
I know. I was about to ask him, was you in the military, PK?
No, he just hunts Fort Knox, man.
I think he might have told me one of his family members was in the military.
Maybe.
It could have been that. Because I feel like you probably know a lot more about the military now that I've been in.
Me?
Yeah.
I knew it before you got in.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You know.
I watched a lot of TV.
Yeah. 12 Strong and
what is 12 Strong? No, I ain't watched that one, I don't think.
Zero Dark 30.
What is the best military movie? What do you guys think? This is off topic. What's the best military movie? I think it is Saving Private Ryan. Or actually, I would have to go series and be Band of Brothers.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's by far my favorite.
Any idea where the hunting public guys were opening day? I think it was Ted, Nick, and Ben. Michael, if you're talking about Kentucky, I have no idea. I know in the past they have hunted Daniel Boone National Forest, but that is 800,000 acres spread across several counties. So I don't know where they were. I would like to know though. WO says, my brother killed a turkey at 12:30 today. He has a lot of patience. I've usually been home 2 hours by 12:30. You and me both, WO. I have no patience. That bird don't come in 9:30. I'm going for breakfast. They get on my nerves. I got a bunch of family that are still in and have served our country. Well, that's awesome, PK.
Thank you. Thank them for their service.
PK couldn't do that because that awesome mustache she's got.
No, you can have a mustache. It just has to be inside the lip.
What about that hair to his shoulders?
Now that's going to have to go.
Jeff Delaney said, I missed a good one in Casey County. Bad thing is my wife was with me, caught a big tom and missed to shoot. So are you embarrassed, Jeff? Are you embarrassed that you missed in front of your wife? Is she giving you a hard time? Do you feel like less of a man? I mean, Jeff, I didn't even pull the trigger. To me, that's worse than missing.
Jeff,
I'll give myself a chance.
I'll give you a little bit of encouragement. My buddy Eric texted me today. He killed a turkey this morning. He called the turkey in yesterday, and for like the first time, I think he said 10 years, he missed. Went back to the same spot, called the same turkey in today, and killed it. So
how's he know it's the same?
Yeah, hopefully you. Well, usually they're going to stay in that area. I don't know.
How's he know it's the same turkey?
I'll take his word for it. He knows his turkeys now. I have to give it to Eric. He knows his turkeys.
Scott's legs are starting to itch since we hit the ground. Anybody have any ticks on them? Now, I soak my clothes in permethrin. Excuse me. Before I go out, I douse them in permethrin.
Hey, thanks for watching. Have a good night.
I didn't have a tick on me at all this weekend. Mike used permethrin. He had a couple on him. I don't remember Bub and Colton saying anything or Caleb saying anything.
Yeah.
Hornet's Nest, because my uncle was in it. Your uncle was in Hornet's Nest, Saving Private Ryan, and Tears of the Sun. Not seen that one. Bill. Oh, guys, we have been graced with a legend. Billy Barnett is on here.
Sure.
He said, have a good one, guys. I'm headed to bed. Need more sleep. Billy's already shot one in Kentucky. He's probably already gone. And Billy, we appreciate you watching, brother. And I love the reel, Billy. I saw that you posted a reel, and I love it. I'm proud of you. Let's see. Bub says, you can't hit what you don't shoot at. Bub, I'm with you, man. Look, you're preaching to the choir. I should have shot. I should have shot it. Scott didn't spray. Scott, you probably got some ticks on you right now. Probably got them on you crawling around, bedded in there. Josh, that's some John Wick stuff. PK, I can't repeat the bad words on here. They'll kick us off. That's some John Wick stuff right there. What was John Wick stuff?
I don't know. I have no idea.
John Wick 4 is out, and I heard it's really good.
About the Eric's turkey.
Oh, yeah. John Wick 4 is out, and I heard it's really good. I can't wait to watch. Michael says the same. Soak my clothes down the day before, and Sawyer's not going to tickle me. Michael, I make sure if I got to use half a bottle, I do not want to tickle me. Jeff said, I'm hoping he stays in the area. We'll be down next week and after them, and this time without my wife. My wife's ripping me about it a little. It's all good, though. That's okay.
Yeah, that's part of it.
You need that. You need that sometimes.
A little motivation.
It's better for your wife to go with you and then make fun of you or give you a hard time than just not want you to go.
Yeah. If John missed, I'm going to probably make fun of him a little bit, give him a hard time, and then we're going to move on.
Michael, here's the thing, Mike or Jeff. I think I may have called him Mike. Here's the thing, Jeff. There are probably men on here watching right now whose wife are like, you're not going to turkey camp. You're not going turkey hunting 3 days in a row. So, Jeff, you got to go, brother. Better give you a hard time. Kind of hard to shoot when you're asleep, too. Now, Greg, that's out of context. Yes, I was asleep. But we were just lounging in the woods trying to listen for a bird to gobble. About said bark. For a bird to gobble sometime before dark so we could roost it and go back and kill it the next day.
I have to say, though, to go with Greg's comment, you do get good naps in the woods, John. I've watched you fall asleep many a times in the deer woods.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of that. Ray, I mean, someone on here, it's like cast a stone if you're the one without sin. Name anyone on here. Have you never fallen asleep in the woods? You've not been out there enough. If you have, you've not been out there enough. Scott said, come check me from ticks, John. Scott just threw up in my mouth. That camo looked good with you laying there. I thought so too, James. That's why we posted it. I told Mike, I said, you got to post that. Because I'm really blending in.
It really was.
Kyle says creepy, probably talking about Scott picking ticks off of him. Mike was listening. We was sleeping. Mike was listening. Yeah, Mike was listening. I was asleep. And I'm pretty sure Mike was talking to me, and I was just repeating gibberish. Like, blah, 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 blah.
You do that a lot, too.
I know. Scott, we already said it. Mike was listening. It was his time. It was his turn to listen. I'd already done my shift. Better late than never. I slept like a baby Saturday as soon as I got back. I think you meant Sunday. But yes, I stayed up and then had to take the girls to school Monday morning. Today, last night, and this morning's when I really got some good sleep recovering from turkey camp. Josh, here's your question. Thanks for your service, Josh. You'll be staying in Western Kentucky.
Doug, I don't know yet. My plan is to stay in Western Kentucky. It's all up to, where my next job takes me because my wife does teach out here. My son's in school out here. So I really like the area quite a bit. So if I'm fortunate enough to find a job here, I am going to stay in Western Kentucky. That is 100% the plan because my wife just got her feet planted in the school system. And Nathan, my son, is really just starting to get things going in school, getting on the right track. So I don't really want to rip them up and move them again because that's all we've ever.
However,
years.
Go. So I'm trying to get him a job here in Frankfort, a federal job here in Frankfort where he can continue his retirement. His son would be close to my girls who my youngest plays with every night. His wife, I guarantee I could get his wife a teaching job that would pay her significantly more a year. So that's what he needs to do. But if he stays up there, I'm cool with it too.
And by the
Where
way, guys,
is the
I just
Undertaker?
want to bring up, if you see right here, this little gate, that dog gate, baby gate, whatever you want to call it, right there in the bottom corner. If you see a little guy run through naked, just ignore it. That's just Nathan doing his
We
thing.
can't have that, dude. They'll shut us down for a little white naked butt, 7-year-old butt running across.
He's probably
there.
got a shirt on. He's just in his underwear.
Where's the Undertaker? He is trying to. His son had a ball game. Nathan, his son had a ball game. He's trying to come back. Hopefully he'll be here soon. Glenn Maynard says, I know that tonight is turkeys and ticks, but outfitter or no outfitter for Kentucky elk? That's the easiest question we've ever had, Glenn. Outfitter, Lost Mountain Outfitters, our good friend Hurley Combs. Can you do it without an outfitter? Sure, you can. But I don't know if you're from Kentucky, Glenn, you better be getting out there. As soon as your name is drawn, you need to book a trip to Eastern Kentucky and start scouting. And but if you can afford the outfitter, Glenn, Hurley Combs, Lost Mountain Outfitters, you will thank us later. You will thank us later.
He's the man.
They are. He is the machine, Glenn.
It's not just elk hunting. He is a great person, man.
I've never hired him as an outfitter, but he has taken me hunting a few times, and he is a machine. He can hunt. I mean, he's just amazing. I love him. What I miss, y'all, just a lot of yelling, talking about turkeys, making fun of each other. That's about it.
John vent over turkey camp. Let him get that
Kyle
out.
Sam said he is fighting sleep as we speak. Kyle, I'm thinking about going. Kyle, I'm going to use some code words here. I'm thinking about going turkey hunting to a place on public land that you and I talked about. That's not far from my house, where they have done some logging, and the road diverges into two. I'm thinking that might be a good little area down there. I don't know if you have any idea where I'm talking about. But I'm thinking about hunting down there. I was going to do it in the morning, but I have a stupid meeting again. I've had meetings every day this week.
He said yes.
Yes. I think it could be a good little area.
Go for it.
Do it, man. Do it. Move your bank. You're a 401k. There you go. Financial advice from Jeff. Jeff, are you a financial advisor? Bub says, I know these mountains as good as anyone. I like to think. But if I get a tag, I'm getting an outfitter. Bub, who you getting? If you call an outfitter, who you getting, bub? I'm trying to stir controversy.
Birds were hammering Friday night, John.
Whoa, for sure. I know there were birds hammering Friday night. I'm going to go out there. Taylorsville WMA has been good to me. Taylorsville has a great WMA. Now, listen, we got to be quiet because people accuse us of giving away spots on public land. But come on. Taylorsville WMA is a huge place. It's not a secret. Taylorsville WMA is not a secret. Everybody from Louisville hunts there. So anyway, that is a great spot to hunt. It's a great deer hunting spot. What shells are you fellas shooting? I'm using a little 410 of my daughter's since I'm just running around so much. If I go to a place and actually just like set on a field in a blind, I'll probably take my 12 gauge. But right now I'm using TSS, Apex TSS. A lot of folks are using TSS shells. Bub says, put me on that spot. Bub, if you come to Frankfort, it's not in Frankfort, but if you come to Frankfort, we'll drive there, and you take one route, I take the other. But Mike says, them mountain gobblers don't like hen decoys. Speaking of mountain gobblers, if you look at Mike's profile picture, that is a mountain gobbler over his shoulder. Do I have the 410 Tuffy? The Rossi, is the Rossi the Tuffy?
I think so, yeah.
I think it is. Yes, I do have that. Yes, it is the Tuffy. And it is, I really like it. Really do.
Well,
and at 40 yards, it puts a lot of beads in the circle at 40 yards.
I know Mike keeps commenting on the video. Mike, we're waiting on you because Jimmy
Carroll has a bone to pick, son.
We're waiting on you.
He has a bone to pick with Michael Collins. Michael Wayne Collins.
Come on, Michael.
Michael Power says, biggest buck I ever saw in Taylorsville WMA. We was coon hunting, and the dogs I treed and the dogs I treed right by where he was bedding. The dogs didn't bother him one bit. Now, Michael, you're just saying that because everyone says coon hunting disrupts deer hunting. I don't know. I'm with you though. Hey, Michael, I'm all for coon hunting. We need more coon hunters, I think. Going to get one for the boy, Kyle. I hope you do. You're talking about the Rossi, yeah. My daughter this year, I hope you get a turkey too, but my daughter is 9, and she's decided she doesn't want to use any kind of shooting stick or any kind of gun vise or anything like that. So we practiced. She just stood there, freestyle shooting at the target and did great.
Hey,
she did great.
As long as she shoots it and she's comfortable, who cares how she
was.
shoots? She's getting used to it.
Yeah, she loves it. So I highly recommend it.
That's excellent.
PK's going to hit the sack, fellas. PK, I love you. I'm not mad at you, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed I didn't get to hang out with you at turkey camp. So when deer camp, we're going to have a squirrel hunting tournament. Maybe an opportunity for some of us to get together. We're going to have that this summer, and then we'll have couple deer camps this fall. I expect you to be there, PK. I'm just going to be honest. I expect you to be there. Mike Collins says, FYI, 3.5-inch shells are overkill at 17 yards, going back to 3-inch. Mike, we were going to talk about that tonight.
Actually, I'll speak on that real quick. With Mike's situation, I know he said he was shooting downhill. Do you want to address this comment first before I start talking?
Well, Bub and I were talking at camp on Saturday, and somehow I was looking at Twitter, and he was talking about Twitter and Kentucky basketball, and I followed him on Twitter. And the first thing I see is he said, let's be honest, 410s are for kids. And sitting over there in my camp is a 410. And I said, Bub, hold on a second. And then I see Bub buys a poodle. A grown man went to pick out a dog and picked out a poodle. I said, you can't be talking about. But yes, Bub, it is my daughter's gun. She lets me use it. Shut up.
All right, so Mike's talking about 3.5-inch shells. Mike was sending us a pic. I don't even know if it was a picture. He just an explanation of he shot that turkey and it destroyed it at 17 yards. Like broke one of its legs, blasted its head off, messed up one of the breasts, didn't get a lot of meat out of it. And listen, I would never argue against Mike with turkey hunting because Mike is a pretty good daggone turkey hunter and much better than I am. The reason I would continue using 3.5s, I know it's maybe at 17 yards. I know he said he was shooting downhill. I don't know, maybe aim a little higher just so you hit the head or whatever. But what I'm thinking more of is kind of the situation you were in this past weekend is, you're at 38 yards, and don't get me wrong, I know you all have talked about it, that those TSS, they can, in that 410 will kill a turkey at 40 yards. And you said there was
killed it.
Some saplings and stuff in the way. Dude, with my 3.5s and my shotgun, it's blowing through all that crap. It's blowing through every bit of that. And
I'm going to defer to the turkey hunting legend, the best turkey hunter Kentucky has ever seen, Mr. Harold Knight, who recommended, he said that you could take a 20 gauge or a 410 and kill a turkey easily at 50 yards with TSS. So
I'm not arguing.
Now here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, and we're going to move on off this because this is something Mike wants to talk about maybe next week. Mike was shooting 17 yards in a field on private land. He's saying that is overkill. Yeah, of course. If you're in the mountains, then you have more of a case to shoot 3.5. But I've even heard like Aaron Warburton from Turkey, the Hunting Public, talk about they hunt hill country mostly. 3 inches enough. I think 3.5 is probably just, most people want to shoot that because it makes them feel good. I'm shooting 3.5. I'm in the Army, but it's probably overkill.
I mean, if you want here's the thing: if you want no doubt that if a turkey is out there at 50 yards and there's some stuff in the way and you want to blow through it, 3.5 is your best option by far, hands down. Anybody can say what they want about 410s or 20 gauges, but if you're in the woods, in the mountains, and it is thick like it is in the spring, like it's starting to come alive in the spring and there's stuff in the way, 3.5 inch is your best option. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Zero. There's no. That's it.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Remington.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, Remington.
I'll show
All
you
right.
how to
Kyle
cook
says,
turkey
let's know when we're
on the
talking
pig.
about deer. Kyle, I'm with you. I'm ready for deer season. I'm ready. Hey, Kyle, I want to talk to you too about. I think I sent you a message about this. I think maybe we already talked about it. But, we've got a lot of questions about the ban on baiting. And Kyle has, Kyle's the smartest guy. When it comes to deer, he's the smartest guy here. He's the smartest guy in the room, in most rooms. And so I want to get your perspective on that, Kyle. Maybe we'll get together, talk about it. I want to write about it. Because a lot of people have questions about it. They have no idea why. Right? They just know it's a new regulation. They have no idea why. And so I'd like to get that out there. PK promised me the next time, guys, if you're watching, there's only 20 of you now, but he said, I promise he's going to be there. We're 21 people now. We're all going to hold him to it. Scott Butler says, PK, John was disappointed the 3 pounds of bacon, 10 eggs didn't fill him up. Also, Scott, I'm actually on a diet today. I have had 10 eggs to eat today, 3 pieces of chicken and a steak. That's a pretty good day of food. But yeah, that's been my day today. Let's see. Mike, would you have let John? Let's just stop you right there. There's no letting. I should have shot. I don't even know what Mike was saying. He could have been talking about my mom at that moment. I was focused on the turkey. I should have shot. My man right there. What was he saying?
I don't know, but I've told him to hush like 5
Nate
times.
Dogg.
He's
Nate
just
Dogg.
yelling.
But I should have shot. I should have given myself a chance. But I didn't. Mike says you have to account for the bird behaving in a manner like it is going to run away in the woods 38 yards. It did run away, Mike. I had a short window of opportunity, and then he sprinted. That turkey sprinted down the hill and flew away. So he did run away. But I had that little. Now, in my defense, it was quick. But, dude, he saw that decoy. Have you ever seen that gif of that kid running down the hallway and all of a sudden he just turns around and runs? Yeah. That's what that turkey did. Yeah. He sprinted it. But at first it was like a slight walk sprint.
Yeah. Well, what you just said is it was quick, and then Mike's explaining the scenario in the comments. So in Mike's defense, here's the thing: is I wasn't there, so I don't know the whole scenario. I don't know how fast it was, what was in the way. I can't tell. But in my opinion, 3.5. I'm shooting.
Okay.
That.
Here's the thing. Let's just get. I don't care about caliber. I don't care about shell length. Whatever.
What do you care about?
Here, Mike says it would have been a difficult shot. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that I may have missed. I'm saying I didn't give myself a chance. I may have missed. It may have been a difficult shot, but he may have died. He may have died. Yeah. So that's my argument. I should have taken it. Joe says, I wouldn't shoot a turkey at 40 yards in the woods with a 410 or 20 gauge, not enough shot in the shell. Man, I don't know, Joe. I think
a lot of people have opinions on that.
I disagree. Guaranteed mess or wound with the experience of a bird reacting in spook manner. It's hard. Nah, I don't think so, Mike. I should have shot. Listen, y'all can give me data. You can show me graphs and charts and pictures. You're not going to change my mind. I was the one holding the gun. I was looking right down the barrel. I had it on him. Should have shot.
Here's the way I look at it, too, for you. Is one, I mean, this is going to be like your first turkey.
Scott said the turkey growled, ran because of belly growl.
So my way of looking at it is if I'm in the woods and I'm deer hunting and a Boone and Crockett deer shows up, and I've got my rifle at 30-06, and the only shot I get is him facing me. Most people
you're shooting him in the chest.
I'm letting it rip.
Freaking chest.
I'm letting it rip.
If his butt is facing me, I'm doing a Texas heart shot.
I'm letting it rip.
What are we doing here?
And that's what's great about us is that, between me, you, Mike, and John Allen, we're all just different in our own ways, and it helps the conversation go a lot farther.
Hold on, we got it. Hold on, Brad Atwood says, can't wait for season to open here in Michigan. Gets me so jealous, excited to see all these successful picks. Brad, when it opens, we want to see your pick, man. Go get it. A chance means a potential wound. I just don't think so. Listen, you can't say, oh, your little 410 wouldn't even make it there, and then say, oh, you're just going to wound it. Nah, come on.
A chance also means a potential kill.
Exactly. And if I wounded it and it was over there flapping with one wing, I would have finished the job.
Stepped on its head.
Jimmy Carroll, here it is.
There it is.
Mike Collins, last week. See, Jimmy, I think Mike was on his way on here. And then when he saw that you had a bone to pick, he was like, my wife needs me. No, I'm just kidding. Mike Collins, last week I asked a legitimate hunting question about what grain arrows were preferred for my crossbow. My new crossbow is 425 feet per second. I shoot a 100 grain mechanical broadhead. Mike promised to send me pictures on the arrows he has for his crossbow. Over 7 days later, no response. Where is the brotherly love? We have let perhaps our most loyal follower down. We have let him down. So while Mike has been worried about me I didn't even take the shot. I didn't even take it. Instead of worrying about me, Mike, maybe, just maybe, you should worry about the people who have been watching you every Tuesday for weeks, for years now, Mike.
I wish Mike was here right now. Mike, I wish
he would be so mad. His face would be red. But listen, look, I love Michael Collins. He's one of my best friends. He says he's trying to teach me to do right. I disagree with him. I love him. You know what? I disagree with my mom a lot too, but I love her. So, Mike, respectfully, I disagree. Maybe you're right, but you won't convince me of it.
Speaking of this morning, when I called you a bad word in our text, in our group chat.
Yes.
So I'd literally just got off the phone with Mom, and she was giving me a little bit of a hard time, and I was already ticked off because she was driving me nuts. And then I get on there, and you're calling me a liar. It just intensified it so much more. It was perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
I think I had just talked to Mom and told her that you were a liar.
Probably.
So I was like, hey, he's probably lying because he told me he was coming to cut that tree down at your house this weekend. She's like, no, that's not true. It's next weekend. I said, hell, he lied.
Jumped onto for it.
You raised a liar, Mom.
I'm telling you. I'm the one that's good to her. You and Barbara are jerks, and I'm the one that gets the stick.
No, I'm good to her. I am good to her.
Whatever.
All right, well, we're going to wrap up here. Jimmy has aired the dirty laundry. He's aired his grievances against Mike Collins. And
love you, Mike.
We picked, Mike said, you're not missing in front of me. You're not winning a turkey. Mike, the next time we're together, I'm shooting at 70 yards just because you said that. I'm going to shoot.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
You remember the last time T-Bone was on here? He told us he shot a deer with a bow at 70 yards.
I've got a friend that shot one at 100.
Risky. I'm not saying you should wound animals. I'm not saying that. But sometimes a little bit of risk is okay. Just a little.
Yeah.
As long as you know you can do it and you have enough practice with the weapon you're using and you're confident, there's nothing wrong with it.
Jimmy said, have a great week, folks, or family. We are family. Mike Collins, we still love you, man. Kind of. Oh. Whew. T-Bone is one of the best archers in the United States.
Okay, but if anybody practices, they can be good enough to make those shots. Anybody can.
Yeah, and he's handicapped.
Hey, listen, there's not many. I'll just say this, and then I'll shut up.
Have you ever noticed
when I have a rifle in my hand, there are very few shots I won't take because I'm very confident with the rifle.
Look, everybody knows I'm a novice. I ain't ashamed of it. But, dude, I don't care either. Like, I'm out there. I feel just as good as anybody else. You can't tell me nothing. But no one does, Josh. No one shoots as much as he has. Listen, Professor Michael. We know, bro.
Michael, I would argue that I bet I've shot just as much guns as he has the last couple of years.
Keith and Amy Bailey says, I have dropped one at 80 yards with 3-inch shells. Woo, impressive.
But I'll never be on the
TSS,
level.
Keith? Was that TSS shells, Keith? I'm just curious.
I'll never be on the level as T-Bone with shooting a bow. That dude.
No, and I'll never be as good as Mike, but that don't mean I have to agree with him. And I'm just so stubborn that I won't.
Michael, regardless of what we've discussed tonight, I love you. I do.
Greg says he's never seen a shot he didn't like. That's my kind of guy right there.
Trapper Tom in the house.
Trapper Tom says, what's up? Trapper Tom's on that Central time. Thinks it starts at 9 o'clock Central. Trapper Tom, we've been going for an hour and 39 seconds. Oh, he shot that with Winchester number 5s. Bub says that means he can get one at 85. We need a contest. Who can kill a turkey the farthest?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Mike,
not a good idea.
Mike, we're gonna call it the Michael Collins Memorial Turkey Distant Contest. Who can kill the farthest turkey? Look, right here. If you can kill a turkey the farthest, right here, you get you $100. I just so happen to have that.
Dude, everybody's gonna be taking 100-yard shots this weekend.
Yeah. Mike said Jesus Murphy. Is that some Hispanic guy that lives in your neighborhood, Mike? Yeah, I messed up. Oh, so Tom did think it was 9 o'clock. This guy says, John, if you don't mind the drive, you can come to my place. Try your luck. I've killed one. My brother, that's WO.
I think that's WO.
It is. My brother got one today. We have a few birds. Can't promise you will get one, but we can try. WO, I might do it, man. This week is very busy for me. Next weekend, we're going to try to go with Hurley for a day or two. And then after that, I don't know what I'm doing. So, oh, Lord, there goes the bird. There goes the bird population.
Guys, do not be taking 100-yard shots with your shotgun. Don't do it.
Joe said Winchester extended range was the best show I've ever shot. My baseball coach used to say that when he got mad. Jesus Murphy. John just got a bunch of turkeys wounded. I'm just joking, bub. Probably, maybe.
Oh, man. I'm gonna have to come up, man. I'm ready to go fishing again.
Yep. Me too. I've got 4 houses, guys. 4 houses I'm closing on in May. So I'm going to stockpile that money. It's not a great lot, but it's enough. Get my boat worked on and spend a lot of time fishing. Everybody's going to be getting their 22s out. Hey, Billy Barnett's killing them with a 44 Magnum, which I don't think has the range of 100 yards, maybe 10. But, yeah. So, listen, guys, it's all fun and games. We're just kidding. I'm not joking that I should have taken the shot, but everything else I've mostly kidded about. But I should have taken the shot. I just should have.
Oh.
So thanks, Scott. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, if you guys know anybody want to buy or sell a house in Kentucky, let me know. I can help them out. So anyway, 4 in May. I need about 4 more in June. I'll be rocking and rolling. Joe, it was great meeting you the other night. Good night, brother. We appreciate you. What do you say? The Grippo's hat? I'm wearing a
Grippo's hat. Join us Thursday, guys. Go join Bass Fishing Live Facebook page. Thursday night, same time as tonight. We're going to be doing Bass Fishing Live. We got Bradley Roy. He lives in Lancaster, Kentucky boy. Come on. Let's talk some fishing. He'll be on probably the first 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then me and John will be on the last 30 minutes just talking about everything going on. And join us, guys. We'd love to have you. Just trying to get that thing rolling. Go join the page.
These fishing guys are hard to get a hold of because they are on the road for months. So we would appreciate you joining us Thursday. And even if you're not a bass fisherman, it's a good time. Get on there and learn something. So
it is.
Rodney B, good luck, my brother. So glad I know who that is now that he's on here. We met him. We saw him in WTF. Side Bub says he's signing off. Headed to Lawrence County in the morning. Thanks again. Good time this weekend. Bub, be on Thursday night. Bass Fishing Live. We'll be here. All right, guys. It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you sharing our post and commenting. and always up for a conversation every Tuesday and Thursday night. So, Rodney said he got one down. Good job, Rodney. Is that a Laurel County? Maybe a Laurel County bird. He's a Harlan Countyan too, though. Harlan Countyan. So anyway, we appreciate you guys, and we will see you Thursday. And if not, we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good week.
Y'all.